Alright, so Bethesda last year had a pretty decent conference.
Yes, I mean, the came out with Fallout 4 was their big thing.
And Doom. Don't forget about Doom.
And Doom. Doom was a big thing, too.
So how could they possibly top that this year?
Quake.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, well, Quake Champions, and it was in a CG trailer.
What was it?
And they're showing off the characters and designs of the characters. It's going to be a hero shooter.
Yeah, so they said like they mentioned hero shooter or some sort of
something like that.
They said like there's one thing that Quake is good for, it's characters. To which I then said, really? Is Quake really about the characters?
I thought it was about the arena battles.
So my concern is, or the concern of some people, is that this is going to be a MOBA, or more importantly, it's going to be an Overwatch or like a Battleborn type experience, where you're focusing more on creating characters with skill sets rather than fast-paced action shooting,
which is something that Quake is known for.
We'll see more at QuakeCon. That's all we really got to say about it. So
I did like how it started with the DOS thing.
Yes, and now in that DOS thing, and I have it on the bottom of the list, is that there's a possible hint of an upcoming game, or DLC for Wolfenstein. The list listed all the franchises, starting with Commander Keen.
Yes, Keen!
It mentioned Wolfenstein, and it mentioned all the games in the series, including the DLC, which was the old, I think it was called the Old Blood. Mm-hmm. And the last thing underneath that, with X's in the date, was New Colossus, which is speculated to be based on a reference to the Statue of Liberty, which means it takes place in America.
So who knows? That is a little hint. It's a nice way to put it in there.
Then they bring in Elder Scrolls Legends.
Mm-hmm.
That's the card game. They show off some like kind of story-based trailer. They actually
not Hearthstone.
They actually spent time talking about how the cards worked.
It was kind of a long discussion about a card game, which
almost 5 minutes worth.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah, and it's already out to some degree, is it not? Or is it not fully out?
It's in beta? I mean, it's not Hearthstone. Did I say that already?
Yeah, it's not Hearthstone. You'll find a lot of card games that pretend to be Hearthstone when they're not. After all that, we go to Fallout 4.
Yes.
They announced 3 new DLC campaigns. One is a contraptions-based pack workshop, then a vault tech workshop.
You can make your own vaults.
Yeah, and then more importantly, they announced the Nuka World DLC. I predicted this.
This was a rumor, wasn't it? Or a leak or something like that. Yeah. But it looks like it's a theme park with Nuka-Cola.
They also added more stuff for Fallout Shelter as well. So you got some more.
Which is coming out. I think it was only was it mobile only before or PC only before? But either way, it's coming out in all of those things now.
So I've already kind of cut off the Elder Scrolls with Fallout information, but there was another actual Elder Scrolls game, but it wasn't brand new. It was, however, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. They're getting a special edition.
A definitive edition.
As opposed to the Game of the Year edition or the limited edition.
Yeah, this one, it's basically an updated version for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Mm-hmm. The one thing I thought was really cool they did was if you own all the DLC or if you have the limited edition, special edition of Skyrim, you will automatically get this special edition game for free.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be just digital stuff, though. It does seem pretty nice to see it.
Visually.
It looks nice.
They showed it all that off.
Obviously, with the ability to start, you don't need to start from scratch. That'll be fun.
Also, it allows you to add mods, which is important.
Yep. We have the Macho Man Randy Savage coming. The Macho Man's coming.
So we knew this was coming, but not like this.
Yeah, so they announced a reboot of the series Prey. The original Prey was a pretty well-received game. It was kind of a niche title.
About alien abduction.
Yeah, it had some interesting spiritual stuff going on with that, especially like being able to shoot arrows with your soul. It was pretty cool looking when I saw it, but it only did okay. They were trying to make a sequel. Didn't really pan out well, and now a reboot is happening. And I don't know what it's about, really.
It had some interesting moments in that trailer, but I'm not sure what it is. We have to actually see gameplay before we can make judgment. Yeah,
hopefully it's going to turn out really good. I have faith that Arcane can make something solid out of the series. Now, Prey has aliens in it, but you know what's worse than aliens in intergalactic space?
Demons.
So there was some discussion from Doom for DLC campaigns. There's new maps and modes for free for multiplayer, which is nice. And to top it off, they're all having the first multiplayer or called DLC pack called Unto the Evil, which is I can't really understand. I think it's skins.
It sounds like there are some certain levels that are behind DLC. To buy it to get multiplayer levels.
I don't know the full extent.
There was
of it.
the ability to make your own, make a new. There's a hellscape where you can now make levels.
Yeah, that's new DLC. Yeah. That's new stuff.
And make hellscape, and also you can even make it act like a single player stage as opposed to just a horde mission.
I'm not sure that's in Unto the Evil, but yeah, there's enhancements like that going on as well. And I know that that was one of the complaints about the build your stages element, was that it was kind of restricted to this one environment. So it's nice to see it enhanced.
And when after they had this conference, they also said that for 1 week you could download the first level and just play it.
Yeah, they're kind of pitching this whole shareware thing, but shareware was like the first fourth of the game.
Yeah, it was a huge portion.
Not the first level, and not for a limited time either. You actually, that's the whole purpose of shareware, was that you say to download, hey, I got this download, here's a fourth of the game. If you want to buy the rest, you can just call them and they'll mail you the rest. In this case, it's more like, hey, for a week, there's a level that you can play.
Now, granted, it's Doom.
It's Doom.
And
So,
people probably purchased it.
yeah, it's pretty good. It's really good, actually. Then there was discussion about Elder Scrolls Online. Elder Scrolls Online can't make it an E3 without Elder Scrolls Online. 7 million players still, but what happens is they have Dark Brotherhood, which is out was out that week for consoles. It's out already. On top of that, Elder Scrolls Online is going to have an upgrade called One Tamriel, which will allow players who are going to their friends who are at higher level to actually share the level boost. So that way they can say, okay, you're going to a quest for level 50 characters. I'm level 20. I'm going to get trounced. But for this level, for this mission, I'm going to be level 50 temporarily. It's actually pretty cool.
It's nice that way you can join up with your friends who have been playing longer than you have, and it gives you a reason to get back in there if you haven't been playing for very long.
Yeah, and as opposed to some MMORPGs where you have to either grind or pay your way up to that level and then kind of go to everything else. This one allows you to start brand new and then just hop into your friends, and it's really fun.
Now, one thing that we didn't see from EA was VR, which we actually see here with Bethesda. With they have a Doom experience where you see the worlds, like I guess you just walk around or something in this VR world, and then
you shot stuff.
Anyway, it was an experience, a Doom experience. But then Fallout 4 is actually going to get a full VR experience.
Yeah, so Fallout 4 will have a complete VR element, and that's going to be releasing for Vive in 2017. So that's going to be crazy. And then on top of that, we have the big coup de grace,
the one that everyone knew was going to happen.
Dishonored 2.
Yeah, well, it was announced last year with the CG trailer. Here it is back in... They spent like a long time on this.
They spent a long time and actually kind of dragged the show. It's kind of weird when Dishonored 2, the game they're trying to make the big focal point of the show, drags the show. Granted, we've been talking about DLC for all these games, you noticed, for a while now. But here we have this new game that they're talking about, not even the story, but the environments. Let's
talk about the trailer for the environments.
Yeah, they talked about a lot of stuff in this game, and not even a whole lot either. They played through like one mission, and then they showed off some power-ups. But the way they presented just really came off to me as boring.
I'm not sure how they managed to make the game boring, but I guess it's one of those games you just gotta play to really get into, but it's a strategy, not planning.
Yeah. And they ended it with some special edition that you can buy right now on their website or something to that effect.
And they over like, well, remember how much the other one sold out?
So you better buy it now.
Yeah? Like you really shouldn't. Nah, whatever.
Yeah, but Dishonored 2 could be pretty good. And the first one was actually really good, so maybe it was just the way they presented it.
I mean, there's some cool new abilities, like the shadow walking ability.
Yeah, that reminds me of the Dark.
2 playable characters. I did not expect that.
Yeah.
And I mean, they also said you can actually reject. One of the things in the interview I think they mentioned, you can actually reject the powers and just play the game as a human without any special powers. And it's like, I think they call it like the mode is called like, was it like Flesh and Steel? I think it was called.
Possibly.
But it was like ideas like, so now it's really hardcore, dude. Now you really got to work for everything you do.
Kind of like the original Thief. So, that was Bethesda. Bethesda was pretty good.
I love the stage. The stage, the screen went on the ceiling. Yeah. Really cool dynamics.
They really did go with that. There was a bit of a slowness, though. I mean, they had a number of new announcements. New games, not so much. They kind of
DLC, new modes.
We walked into this E3 knowing they would have less to show than last year.
It was a big blowout last year.
Yeah, so this year they didn't have as much to show. They presented it kind of in a boring way at the end. It kind of became a slog. They had a really good start, really going up and up right at the start, and then just kind of lost its steam. So in terms of our rating, I was thinking of giving it something like a C or C minus, like around a C-ish.
I could see it being maybe like a C, maybe a C plus.
Because
it was performed well until it got really slow near the end.
Yeah, but even so, they had
the card discussion was a problem.
They didn't have any real major game announcements outside of Prey, which was a CG trailer. They had Bethesda VR, where they didn't show anything for it really, except for like this kind of clip. So I think they could have announced something else. Like I said, there's that new Colossus that we could have seen at least a teaser trailer for. They didn't see anything. So
now it's way better. I felt it was much better handled than EA.
yes, by far.
By far. I just wish it had more announcements, and I wish they presented Dishonored 2 in a much more enjoyable way. I don't know. I just felt slow. Like they kept repeating it to themselves over and over again.
Oh wait, and good choice by having Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb do the pre-show again. They did good last year. They did good this time. So that was really good. Now to briefly talk about what we predicted and what came true. So Elder Scrolls Remastered, that was rumored, came out to be true.
Ta-da!
Fallout 4 DLC. We had predicted that based on what leaked out. That's true.
Yep.
Dishonored 2,
that was
no-brainer.
No-brainer.
Prey 2 or a reboot that had leaked out as some sort of rumor from Eurogamer. That was true.
Yep.
Or no, I think it was Kotaku, but either way. Then there was Wolfenstein 2 and a new game from Tango.
Well, the Wolfenstein 2 might have been teased, but we can't confirm that. And no, not a new Tango.
No new game from Tango. So that was really them. Overall, we gave the rating for that already. So we're gonna hop into Microsoft.